Mysterious disappearances, strange events, and disturbing folklore. The Bennington Triangle has become a place filled with eerie stories that have remained unsolved for decades. The Bennington Triangle is located in southwestern Vermont, USA, centered around Glastonbury Mountain, which is near the town of Bennington. The area extends into surrounding towns such as Shaftesbury, Woodford, and Somerset. At the beginning of the 20th century, Glastonbury and the surrounding areas had lost most of their population. The combination of abandoned structures, overgrown wilderness, and eerie isolation led to Glastonbury and its surroundings being referred to as a ghost town. This ghost town status added an even more unsettling and mysterious atmosphere to the Bennington Triangle. Between 1945 and 1950, a series of disturbing disappearances rocked this quiet corner of America, leading to one of the country's most chilling unsolved mysteries. Midday Rivers was a 74-year-old experienced hunter and guide. On the day he disappeared, November 12, 1945, he was leading a group of 4 hunters near the Long Trail. Rivers was familiar with the terrain and highly skilled in navigating the dense forest. He walked ahead of the group and was never seen again. A massive search ensued, involving over 300 locals, soldiers, and police. But the only clue found was a single rifle cartridge near a stream. No trace of him was ever discovered, and he was presumed lost in the wilderness. The following year, on December 1, 1946, Paula Weldon, an 18-year-old college student at Bennington College, disappeared while hiking on the Long Trail. Several people reported seeing her on the trail that day. Her case received extensive media coverage both locally and nationally. Despite nationwide interest and large search teams, no trace of Paula was found. Her disappearance led to the establishment of the Vermont State Police, as there was no organized system for search operations in the state at that time. Exactly 3 years after Paula Weldon's disappearance, on December 1, 1949, 68-year-old James Tedford vanished in what can only be described as a supernatural manner. He was traveling by bus from St. Albans, Vermont, to Bennington. Numerous witnesses, including the driver, later confirmed that Tedford was in his seat until the bus's last stop before Bennington. However, when the bus reached its destination, Tedford was missing. Despite the fact that his luggage and belongings, including the bus schedule, remained on the bus, Tedford had vanished without a trace while still inside the moving vehicle. Even after following the bus route and interviewing passengers, no one could explain how Tedford disappeared. No evidence or remains were found. About a year later, on October 12, 1950, 8-year-old Paul Jepson disappeared. His mother had briefly left him alone in the truck while she fed the animals on the farm, although she had warned Paul not to get out of the truck. When she returned, Paul was gone. The search efforts for Paul Jepson were extensive, involving hundreds of volunteers, law enforcement, and even the National Guard. Bloodhounds were brought in to assist. The dogs followed Paul's scent to a highway, but then lost the trail. There were no witnesses or signs of a struggle or foul play. Paul's father drew attention to the Bennington Triangle, suggesting that his son had recently talked about strange things, and that he had disappeared because of the lure of the mountains. Just 2 weeks later, on October 28, 1950, 53-year-old experienced hiker and outdoors enthusiast Frida Langer disappeared while hiking with her cousin near Somerset Reservoir. During the hike, she had fallen into a stream and told her cousin that she would return to camp to change her wet clothes. When she did not return for a while, her cousin went back to the camp. and discovered that Langer had never arrived. In the following weeks, the surrounding area was thoroughly searched. With the help of planes, helicopters, and hundreds of volunteers. But nothing was found. This was the only known disappearance in the Bennington Triangle, where a body was eventually found. 6 months later, Langer's body was discovered near Somerset Reservoir, in an area that had been searched repeatedly. The case of Langer was the only one to be resolved, but only partially. The body was so badly decomposed that the cause of death could not be determined. Despite the differences in the disappearances of individuals associated with the Bennington Triangle, some commonalities can be observed. All the disappearances occurred during the last 3 months of the year, between 1945 and 1950. All the disappearances took place in or near the Bennington Triangle area, particularly around Glastonbury Mountain and the Long Trail. Most of the missing persons were experienced or familiar with the environment. For example, Mid-Dye Rivers was an experienced hunter and guide, and Frida Langer was an experienced hiker. Their familiarity with the area made their disappearances even more puzzling. As with many unsolved mysteries, people have come up with a variety of theories to explain the strange occurrences in the Bennington Triangle. Let's explore some of the most intriguing possibilities that have emerged over the years. One theory suggests that the rugged terrain and unpredictable weather in the Bennington Triangle could have played a significant role. The dense forests and steep slopes make it easy to become lost, and the harsh conditions could have led to tragic accidents or exposure. But is this explanation enough to account for the strange patterns of disappearance? Another theory proposes that foul play might be involved. Some believe that these disappearances could be the work of a serial killer or other criminal activity. This theory is supported by the fact that some of the missing individuals were never found, and the cases have similarities that raise unsettling questions. For those who lean towards the supernatural, the Bennington Triangle has its own set of eerie theories. Some believe that paranormal forces, such as UFOs or cryptids like Bigfoot, could be responsible for the disappearances. The area has long been associated with strange lights and unexplainable phenomena, fueling these otherworldly speculations. While some attribute the disappearances to paranormal activities, others link them to local Native American legends. Local Native American tribes have long considered the area around Glastonbury Mountain to be cursed. According to legend, the region is haunted by evil spirits, which some believe might explain the disappearances. Could ancient curses or spiritual forces be at work in the Bennington Triangle? What do you think happened in the Bennington Triangle? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.